What's going on, guys? Thank you guys again so much for waiting. I'm sorry that I kept you guys waiting a little bit longer than expected. If you guys are tuning in not live, then we're 100% okay. So this video is going to be talking about the 3 filters that I use for the best swing trading stock. So what that means is a lot of our team or a lot of day traders focus on stocks that are not day trades, right? They focus on stocks that are day trades and not swing trades. So what that means is day trades are when you buy and sell a stock all within the same day. Swing trades is when you can, buy a stock and, sell it after a series of days or a series of weeks for a profit, right? So it just means that you buy and hold, and the period of growth or value that you see in that company might take more than just one day. I'm going to be talking about my simple approach on how and what it is that I look for when it comes down to, focusing on these, quality stocks that I see value in. And I want to make sure that I break it down for you. For those that are watching and just want to get straight to the gist of the video, this is the easiest way that I can put it. I have 3 filters that I try to focus on. It's volume, RSI below 35, and then EMA when it goes above. So what that means is volume. Volume is a very important indicator for myself. I want to make sure that the stock that I'm investing in is pretty healthy. So it depends on what it is that you're investing in. If it's a day trade or a lower cap stock, and if it's a swing trade and it's a long, a more stable stock, if you know what I mean. So something like SAVE. If you guys know anything about that one, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Obviously, it's not a penny stock, and the volume that it experiences is pretty healthy. So I'm going to be sharing my screen in just a bit and give you guys a very simple breakdown. So RSI is the next one, and RSI below 35. I've made a video on what RSI indicator means. So you guys can simply go on the YouTube search bar if you guys don't know what it means, and simply search up RSI, Ricky Gutierrez, and my video will pop up, and it will break it down for you on what RSI is. But basically, it breaks it down on when a stock is overbought or oversold. If you see any of my live streams, when we day trade in the morning, 15 minutes before the market opens, we do it every single day, Monday through Friday. And you guys can see my RSI indicator on my TD Ameritrade. I'll show you in just a couple minutes. It's an indicator that I think that's very useful, especially for a long-term, trade. Something like SAVE, JDST, something that we saw long-term. Oh, and there's the door. But overall, it's something that it's a filter or study that I use for more of a swing trade and not necessarily of a day trade. So it's like in every video. I feel like my roommates do it intentionally now. But the last one is going to be EMA. So EMA is exponential moving average or moving average exponential, depending on what it is that you use and you use the most, and that you see the most value in. And again, I'm talking about this, and you guys, the ones that know how to trade, they already know kind of like what volume and RSI and EMA is. For those that don't know, I'm going to be sharing my screen, and let's simply go and break it down for you guys. Again, this is very simple. It's not the only approach that you guys can take to trying to, be a successful, swing trader or day trader. This is just simply my approach that has assisted me in being able to catch a couple good stocks. So the easiest way that I can put it for you is SAVE has been one that we've talked about numerous times, and all I kept saying about SAVE is for it to let it really set and identify its support. What I mean by that is, again, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. There's been some bad news that's been going on with this specific company, and it's no question that it's been oversold. So it used to trade above $50, as you can see, right? And not until a couple months ago, it started seeing a downward trend. And this downward trend is huge. But what I like to identify is, I take 3 steps, okay? So we identify a trend on where it usually trades. That's $50 to around $55. That's good, right? It broke that trend and started heading back down. It saw a huge downward trend. And as you guys could see, it was below the EMA line. So the EMA line is this blue line that you see right here. And it comes down to the candlesticks are below the EMA. And it's been continuously holding below the EMA until recently. It identified the support at $30, and it's been flat. It flatlined at $30, and we called it out. If you guys watched my video for the top 5 stocks that I'm going to be trading for September, SAVE was one that I called because of the support that we validated at $30. It was very simple. It saw a downward trend. We're like, hey, let's be patient, wait for it to identify its support, and wait for it to indicate an upward trend. I said that I was going to wait until it breaks above $35 to truly get, an upward trend. I want to make sure that this thing is breaking resistance levels, and that it's not just like it falls like, little pump and then sees another downward trend. I want to make sure that it continues its upward trend. Again, it's never going to be 100%, but the more patient you are, and the more filters or studies that your overall stocks go through, the better opportunity, better chance that you'll have to make sure that you trade quality stocks that you see value in. And it was below when this indicator that you see right here, this is my RSI indicator. Every time that it goes below 30, that's when it's below 30 RSI, which means that it's oversold. You never want to solely rely on one indicator. And that's why we waited for the technical support. But the RSI indicator can get you a better understanding when a stock is oversold. Therefore, if you see some value in the stock and it starts trending back up, again, the break above EMA. So when I talked about one of my 3 filters, or one of my 3 studies that I tried to focus on, is the RSI. So that filter was met, and then the EMA. So I would not find this to be a quality stock until it breaks above it at around $33. And then it's been trending up ever since. So I'm going to give you examples of other stocks that are doing the same thing and that meet some criteria that I'm talking about volume, RSI, but maybe missing about the above EMA. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important. So that's simply my breakdown on how to try to focus on quality stocks and go from there. So the next one that I'm going to be looking at, we've been talking about for the past 2 days. This is EFX. So this is Equifax. This is like a company that deals with running and holding social security numbers and running people's credit. That's something within the United States. And what it came down to is obviously this is a very reputable company. Unfortunately, it went through some sort of news that acted as a catalyst for this to see a huge downward trend. It was trading anywhere from around $140 to $145. So that was the trend. It was seeing a consistent upward trend. But unfortunately, because of that news, it acts as a catalyst and it sees a huge downward trend. Understanding that, if we go to a 1-year analysis, we could see that it's pretty much almost at 1-year lows. The lowest it's ever been is 110. Does that mean 100% that we should get in at this current price? No. And the reason that I wouldn't get in, right? This is my reason. Because, okay, so it's indicating that it's way oversold. I mean, the RSI is way below 30 RSI, so that's met. The volume is there. If you guys look at it at the 1-day chart, the volume was definitely there, especially throughout the entire day. But unfortunately, it has not broken above EMA when it comes to a swing trade. And I break that down more. I can look at it as a 20-day chart or something like that. Definitely not on the day chart, because if I look at it, at a 5-day chart or something like that, it might break above the EMA here. But again, if I'm thinking about swing trading this one for about 5 to 10 days, then I have to look at it at a 5 to 10 day frequency. At least that's my approach. Understanding that, it's still, again, my blue line, it's still way below the blue line, still way below EMA. It's not indicating a true upward trend, and it has not validated the overall support. Understanding that, if it continues to see a downward trend, then I don't want to ride it all the way down. I want to make sure that I get in a stock that's seen an upward trend, and I want it to break above EMA, giving me a better understanding that it's, the reason why is, like, let's say, theoretically, that it identifies a support at, $110, right? Understanding that there's a support at $110, there's going to be a first resistance at 120, but we'll ignore that. The next resistance at 140, right? Because it dropped so much from 140 all the way down to 111, if we can get enough momentum and if we can get enough volume in this specific stock, right, and it validates this, 110 as a support, we'll see it flatline, and then we'll see it start trending up. And once it breaks above the EMA and really breaks above, let's say 120, giving us a better understanding that it's starting to trend up and really building that cup and handle, then that's when I'll have the better understanding that, hey, it identified its support, it's seen an upward trend, and it's making its way back up to its original value of $140. This has a little bit more to do with the fundamental understanding of why the stock saw such a huge downward trend. If it could recover that news, or if it could recover why it was oversold. There's so many people, because of the bad news, don't want to hold a stock that's going to depreciate so drastically. I mean, it went from 140 all the way down to 110. Almost 30% loss. That's 27% loss. That's huge. So again, that's why it's so important to make sure that you wait for indicators or filters that you see value in. Again, these are just 3 of mine. In no way does this mean that these are the ones that you guys have to see value in. But again, it sees, it's the RSI indicator is there, the volume indicator is there, but it has not broken above EMA. So because it has not broken above EMA, I will not invest in EFX because it does not meet all of my criteria. And that just comes down to trying to be a more disciplined trader, especially for a swing trade because of the risk involved with those. The last one that I'm going to be talking about, and again, this is very simple. We've talked about it numerous times, and I talked about it in my top 5 stocks to look out for in September, and you guys can watch that video. It was JDST, and I've talked about this one numerous times, and this is one that I locked in profits for the day, and I had so many members direct message me all their profits that they got in around like 41.50, 42, because they did the same thing. They saw their own value. You know, in TechBot Solutions, we don't tell you what to trade. We don't tell you when to buy or when to sell. We're not here to spoon feed you. We're here to talk about what we see value in and for you to do the same. And it just comes about, you know, sharing ideas and sharing best practices to help one another out and kind of seeing eye to eye. And if you don't see value in something, then simply don't invest in it, right? You should never invest in something that you don't understand. But again, taking the same approach. This is a gold-based ETF. This is a bear ETF. Obviously, gold, which is JNUG, it was seeing a huge upward trend, was breaking every resistance. And JNUG or JDST, because it's the inverse ETF, the bear ETF, it was seeing a huge downward trend. Again, holding below the EMA. The volume was there. It was seeing a huge downward trend. It was oversold. The support at $40 that we called out, that when it broke above EMA, this is when I started to see value in it. If you guys could see, it broke above EMA around 40. When was that? $43. I thought it broke. If I'm not mistaken, let me go ahead and zoom out. I was looking at it at a 20-day chart. I thought it broke above EMA, so I guess I got into this one a little bit earlier than expected, but again, it still played out the way that I expected. I thought the EMA broke above, EMA at $42, and that's why I decided to get in at $43, because it continued to see an upward trend, and it continued to hold above the EMA line. So if we focus on this area right here, we could see that it's holding way above the EMA line. Understanding that, you know, oh, there we go. Okay, so it crossed around like, you know, 40, 42, 80 and stuff like that. So I thought that that's what I, overall, again, I waited for the bounce. I waited for it to be, you know, oversold, and I waited for it to break above the EMA line, waiting for my 3, you know, indicators to indicate that, okay, you know, this is a good stock that you can swing trade. I only held it over the weekend, and over the weekend, it was a little bit over 9% profit. I didn't do as well as some of our traders that locked in well over 10% profit because of their hold, and you know, some are still holding from lows of $40 and they're up at $47, and this is all within a 2-day hold. Doesn't mean that every stock that you invest in is going to see this, you know, growth. It doesn't mean that, you know, everything that you invest in is going to, you know, just because you have certain filters doesn't mean that every stock that, you know, like every stock that you invest in is going to play out exactly it is that you planned. But the best thing that you can do as an investor is to, you know, you as an investor should have an understanding, you know, like what qualities do you want a stock to have for you to see value in those specific stocks? There's ETFs and there's stocks, right? Value, or what qualities do you want them to have? When it comes down to, you know, really trying to trade your best quality stocks, I know that my style of trading isn't going to be the most attractive for you, and I don't want you guys to mimic everything it is that I do. But the thing that I can encourage the most is to, you know, set up certain filters or studies that, you know, you see value in, that your stocks that you are successful in meet. Understanding that, then you can focus on stocks that, you know, see better value. I do have a scanner that, you know, does this at a much quicker pace. I don't know if you guys want to see that scanner. It's within my Thinkorswim platform. I have a momentum scanner that I've showed you guys before. If you guys want to make a video on how I have my Thinkorswim scanner set up for, you know, my more of my swing trading stocks, then simply let me know. But it's literally these 3 filters, but it's just on an automated system, and that's really just it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer a couple of people's questions. I hope my breakdown on the 3 filters that I focus on with my swing trades helped you guys out. Again, all I look for are more stocks that have are more reputable companies, something like Nike's or something like Nike, GoPro. I'm just listing a bunch of stocks that I've traded in or invested in before that were oversold. That, again, just because of news, a bunch of people like, you know, panic sell them, and then it comes down to me taking advantage of that opportunity once the trend is in my favor, and that's when it starts picking back up. So I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions or opinions. You guys are more than welcome to share it. But a couple people were asking me to share kind of what criteria do I like to focus on for my swing trades, because we've had a couple good swing trades that have been playing out, and that's with JDST, SAVE. But it's not just because of myself. Entire group of Techbot solutions. And if you guys want to see how well we did today, so I saw a couple of people within the live stream right now talking about different stocks that you guys did well in. Feel free, again, the link is going to be down below. You guys can feel free to follow our Techbot Solutions Instagram. I'm not too sure if you guys are going to be able to see it. I don't think it'll show you. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I just posted a couple of our traders' profits and stuff like that we were able to lock in today. Overall, you guys, again, all the links are down in the description if you guys want to follow. The link is down below if you guys want to join the Facebook group link or want to join the Facebook group. Again, it does all for free. We're almost 40,000 members on the Facebook group, but altogether we're over 43,000. The last time I checked, we'd love to have you as a part of our community as long as you, agree to all of our terms and conditions, and that's just simply being here to help one another out. We filter out manipulation, we filter out spam, and we're really here just to promote a supportive and welcoming environment. We do this all for free, so we'd like your support, and that's all we ask. And then all the links are right here for the main group chat if you guys want to schedule a one-to-one video call with me, and then it tells you the steps on what it is that you need to take to make sure that you're part of the group. Again, if you guys got automatically kicked out, unfortunately there was a bug within our Discord group chat. So unfortunately, some people were removed. Again, I posted the link and I refreshed it, so the link is valid. Just click on the link on the main group chat and you guys should be all set to go. But let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. But let me see if you guys have any questions. Okay. So we have Brian Harper saying, new to your group, not big money yet, but have gained so much knowledge. Thank you, Ricky. That's what it's all about. And really what I find my role and what I try to encourage, our group leaders that we have within Techbot Solutions is to simply share, what it is that we do well, and to, expose people to, areas of opportunity on how to minimize loss and how to take advantage of opportunity. Obviously, there's no perfect structure that we can build for every single member since we have tens of thousands of members, but it comes down to you as an investor. If you really want to see success in any market, right? Every market is profitable. There's always some risk involved. Learn to manage risk, learn to be knowledgeable in the market that you invest in, and only invest in what you see value. Never invest based on anyone else's opinion. Simply with those simple rules, I mean, although they're very simple, they can take you a long way. So it says, please do. I would love to see how you set up those filters. 100%, since you guys are asking for it, I will make that the filter through TD Ameritrade. I don't want to make it in this video because I know I'm already taking too much of your guys' time. I'll probably record it so it's better quality, just like I did last time, because within this live stream it might not be the best quality. But I love the suggestion, so thank you guys again for that. We have James saying, yes, best group ever. Learned so much from this. Thank you again so much. We really do appreciate all your support. Let's see. Trying to read some of your guys' questions. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get to everything. To the Ameritrade, ticker swing trade. Yeah, so Mike UK is saying that Equifax got hacked. Reason shares went to sell. 100%. Yeah, that's again, that's getting in a little bit more into the fundamental understanding of why stock experienced such a drop in price, which is something that I would always recommend. Again, always be knowledgeable in what it is that you're investing in, especially for stocks that you want to swing trade. Day trading, it's always encouraged to know the most, but you can take advantage of opportunity all within one day without having to know everything about that company. So, but I always suggest to try to be the most, or try to learn the most you can be. So that is also something that I'm going to be talking about. I did have one other question. Let me just go from there. Okay, so we have Tom Barrett saying these videos made me obsessed over their stock trading, which I know nothing about. So that's a good thing, right? That you're obsessed about something that you see value in. I want to make sure that you guys know one of two things. One of the things that I recommend the most is to open a paper trading account. I don't want you guys to lose any money. Obviously, we're doing this all for free. So we want to make sure that you guys minimize the amount of loss that you guys can experience. Understanding that, open a paper trading account. There's no monetary risk. It doesn't cost you any money. And everything it is that you learn, test it out. Right as you learn it, test it out. And you will develop yourself and refine yourself as a trader and really get your feet wet with what it takes to be successful in the market. Best way, before investing $1, make sure that you're doing well with a paper trading account and that you get your feet wet, because at least for myself, I'm more of a hands-on learner, and I understood and I learned so much more because I first traded with a real account, and then I lost money when I first originally started, and then I started paper trading because obviously there's a lot of mistakes that were being made, and I simply was discouraged to invest any more real money. So understanding that, that's one of the best approaches that I can suggest, because it offers no monetary risk, but you get to learn like everyone else, right? And that's best of both worlds. So let me go ahead and see. Okay, so hey, Laura Hay is saying a bug. I thought you hit the prune option, which means that's in the Discord group chat. There was obviously that filter that was set. We do have a prune filter set up, so if someone doesn't automatically like respond or post on our Discord group chat, after 30 days, you get booted off. You just have to rejoin if you want to rejoin. It's just to filter out those that aren't really active within our group. So that's all we ask you guys, is if you guys want to be active and want to be kept in the group and don't want to like have to rejoin every single time, simply post one little thing, every 30 days, and then you should be good. Unfortunately, I think it still filtered some people out, and that's why I reposted the link in the Facebook group. So I do apologize for the inconvenience. Again, the top pinned post within the closed Facebook group, it's all provided there for you, so you guys can rejoin. Last thing is there any new updates on the t-shirts from pre-orders of 3 weeks ago? Yeah, so like we told you guys, we had the TechBud Solutions t-shirts. Sergio, who's the guy that's actually managing the TechBuds apparel, the link is down below if you guys want to now order your TechBud Solutions t-shirts, and they will all now be shipping out this week. So I do want to thank you guys all for the support on that. And that's really just it. So I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done for our group. We started making these t-shirts because you guys started suggesting it, because of I really just started wearing them because people, I mean, it's my company, right? So I just started wearing them, and they're very comfortable. They're kind of like my Turo shirt. I'm not too sure if you guys see that I wear that almost every single day. Now I have a bunch of these shirts that I wear like almost every single day. They are different, I swear. I'm not stinky or anything like that. I'm very comfortable. I'm very like minimalistic, and I love wearing very comfortable t-shirts that, says, TechBuds, which is cool. So thank you guys all for the love and the support. Again, the link is down below if you guys would like to order yours. You guys definitely don't have to, but if you guys see value in it, then we'd love to have you as a part of the family. So, and the last thing is, yeah, so you guys, Blake Sanchez is saying that I'm stinky. That's hilarious. Okay. Just watch all 500 videos like I did, Ben Morrison. So you guys are hilarious, and I wish I could spend all my time here with you guys. I just want to remind you guys that your time is very valuable, and to make sure that you invest your time in what it is that you see value in. And that's all I can ask. Invest your time and invest your money in only what you see value in. And always, manage your risk and everything it is that you invest in, and you will see a form of success. So the last thing that I'm going to be talking about is you guys are hilarious. You guys have to stop commenting all these funny things within the live streams. I keep getting distracted. But I was going to keep you guys up to date on a transaction that was tens of thousands of dollars that I was supposed to complete today. I can't tell you guys what it is yet, but it should be done tomorrow in the morning. Unfortunately, because of that, to answer you guys' question about my trip to Houston, it comes down to it was unfortunate, but there's a series of work that is very time delicate that I have to get done, aside from just this, that I have to get done this week. So unfortunately, my trip to Houston, since it was kind of last minute, is not going to be able to be done or completed this week. I am in contact with the people that we're going to be donating the money that we raised as a group, as in TechBud Solutions, that we're going to be donating to the members within TechBud Solutions. And I also wanted to get in contact with individuals out there to help clean myself. I didn't just want to hand over the money for TechBud Solutions. I really wanted to help hands-on and clean the streets, or whatever it is that I can. Oh man, excuse me. Whatever it is that I can do. So if you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys are a part of a community that's helping kind of like rebuild Houston in any way, guys, like I will get my hands dirty, and I'm super pumped. I haven't done any manual work, and I know that sounds like hilarious, but I haven't done any manual work in a while. I usually just work behind a computer or like in an office, and I'd love to help out any way that I can. So please direct message me within the Discord group chat, and I would love to help out 100%. You guys need to stop. So they're saying like we should either ship him WD-40 or name that door since it's contributing daily. I'm not too sure if you guys saw or heard the squeaky door. It literally goes off every single video because my roommates don't understand that I'm going live. They simply don't care. But man, this video went a lot longer than I expected. It's about 25 minutes so far. So thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. If you guys want to reach out to me or anything like that, again, within the Technical Solutions group chat, the Discord group chat, simply direct message me and I'd love to answer your questions. Just give me about 24 hours to respond and I will 100% get back to you. And then other than that, all the links are down below. If you guys want to schedule a one-to-one video call with me, I am booked a couple days this week. I do it about 1 or 2 hours a day. My time is a little bit short with those video calls. I just like to, if you guys have any ideas that you guys want to pitch to me, a potential partnership, want to learn a little bit more about trading or just picking at my brain about, real estate or, the series of businesses that I own, I'd love to jump on a call with you guys. Again, the link is down below. If you guys want to join the Facebook group, if you guys want to, pre-order your t-shirts, if you guys want to subscribe to the Tech Club Solutions website apparel, all the links are down below. That's all I can say. Spend 1 minute, look at all the links, let me know, give me some feedback on what it is that we can do better, and I'd love to have you as a part of the community. That's really just it. So there's some people that are messaging me about what it is that I can do to come help in Houston. So go ahead and if you guys can direct message me within the Tech Club Solutions group chat because that's the best way to get a hold of me. So thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and let your passion be what drives you and your success. Like always, guys, we will see you tomorrow at Market Open, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you guys can like this video, we'd appreciate that. And if you guys can subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate that. Also, there's a bunch of featured channels within our group. We have 3, Brad, Kyle, and Connor. And feel free to subscribe to them. They're a part of the Tech Club Solutions family. And, we'd love to have you as a part of the team as well. Thank you guys again. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. And do that.